Hey guys, Ryan Brownlee again, Western Illinois University, and this is Figured Out Baseball. We're now going to move on to some of the core velocity belt drills that we use. We use the core velo belt. Shout out to Lance Wheeler. If anybody is looking for a good ABCA type convention, the Pitchapalooza is well worth it because it's not just pitching, it is hitting, it's training. I went last year for the first time. I will go again. But he's done a great job creating a tool that can help guys feel. I think so many times guys use drills and they're not sure what they're supposed to get out of them. And again, we use this hitting and pitching, and these are really simple. One first is actually, how do you put the thing on? This takes a little bit for guys to figure out how to actually get the belt on. So if you are looking for something here, I'm gonna actually show you guys how we put this on. It goes way lower than you think it should. Okay, you want it covering your glutes and you want it underneath your belly button. If you can see, my belly button is right here. So I'm attaching this thing way underneath, and the way that Lance explains it, which is right, is you want this thing feeling like a snake is grabbing onto you here around. There's another layer. Some of our bigger guys don't need this layer. Us skinnier dudes need it. And then we have another clamp here. And again, this is starting to get tight, which is good because you want yourself to be aware of your glutes. And I do feel like this is one of the best things out there. It's a little pricey, but I think for bang for your buck, I think it's tremendous. Okay, and then these go around our legs. And I've used this with 10-year-olds. Okay, so our college guys use this, and then I've used this with 10-year-olds in training. I don't give a ton of lessons, but I do a little bit. And these are all drills that I would have used with my son, who's a junior now. Not playing baseball anymore, but these are all the routine stuff that we've talked about. I've used with my son, and I think the routine side of things and these drills help more than anything else. Okay, as a coach, you can latch on. You don't need a coach because you can latch on to the fence. And the first part of this, when we get into it, is we're gonna focus on counter rotation. This is for pitchers and hitters, okay? Yeah, we talked about with the weighted bat routine, we're trying to feel our counter rotation. So we're gonna get out here, and we want a good base with our legs. We want wide, we want good hip hinge. Okay, hip hinge is a term that's out there now. When you look at big league hitters, when their ball of foot lands, on average, they're at 45 degrees with their upper body. So when you're dealing with hitters, you wanna try to help them get into a good hip hinge. I'm already feeling this. I can already feel my back hip and get engaged. So this is already working. I can already feel this. And now all we're trying to do is get this back hip to turn without moving my shoulders. Okay? And again, these are great feel drills with what counter rotation actually means. I can feel myself getting into a strong position and activating everything that's going on here. And this might be all you get in a day with guys. But then after that, you can move around in an X pattern, okay, where you may have guys, again, get on 2 feet and do it. There's a variety of things that you can use. You can move here. We have bumpers that we'll use that will attach to the front for guys. Same thing in an X pattern, where they can actually feel. Just by doing this, I'm now getting into a good position because I can feel that this is way stronger than this. Okay, without having to coach somebody, they're gonna naturally get into a strong position because this feels way stronger than this. You can feel the difference because of the belt. And that's why I love it, because I don't have to coach that. Okay, the more that they can start to coach themselves, way better players. They're gonna be way better players when they can start to coach themselves. I don't care if that's on the mound, at the plate. You give them certain drills that are gonna help them feel what they're doing, and then let them go take the ball and run with it. Guys that we're coaching now are extremely smart. We need to let them be smart. Okay, there's so much information out there, which is fine. Guys are gonna find information. Now you need to facilitate with them what actual information is, and don't just completely shut guys down on things either, okay? If they bring something to you, let's discuss it, let's go over it, and ask them why. Why do you think like that's gonna help you, okay? Because it is their career, okay? So you gotta let them do some things that maybe you don't always agree with, because at the end of the day, if they believe in it, then it probably will work. Some of the med ball drills that we use, again, I didn't make these up. You know, a lot of what you do as a coach is stealing. I love the scoop for hitters because, again, it gets me into a good hip hinge. I love the scoop throw, okay? This is a 4-pound weight. If you're dealing with younger kids, use a 2-pound weight. Use a volleyball, use a basketball. It doesn't really matter. Again, we're trying to get them to get in the feel of getting into their back hip, and then, again, driving through the ground up to help our sequence. But we're here and here, and I love the scoop toss. We're trying to stay straight armed with this. We're getting down into it. And again, that's probably not what it's gonna exactly look like when we hit, but it's okay to over exaggerate that position because most guys are gonna be too tall when their foot lands. It's okay to over exaggerate this position. All right, so again, we're getting into a good strong position to hit from here. And then the other one we'll use with guys, and these are warm-ups, is the jump back, where we're jumping back and then driving. Again, this is to help with our sequencing. We're driving into the ground with our front heel, and my back foot naturally lifts because I'm driving force into the ground with my front heel, and as I turn my back heel, that's gonna cause me to lift. There are a million different core velocity belt drills that you can use. These are the basic ones, and again, you can use these for hitters, pitchers. This is gonna help sequencing, hip hinge, everything that you need to be an athlete in baseball that you don't always get. So again, we're trying to create athletes on the mound, at the plate, trying to allow guys to be athletic and use their whole body. There's a reason guys like Francisco Lindor can hit the ball a country mile and they're not very big, because they have proper sequencing, okay? There's a lot of great examples out there of not big dudes that throw hard and hit for power that you wouldn't expect because their sequencing is really good. And again, that was just some of our core velocity belt drills. This is Ryan Brownlee, head baseball coach at Western Illinois, and this is Figured Out Baseball.